this is out of Rome, Italy. Rome opens up exorcism course to all major Christian faiths to fight rising demonic forces. The Roman Catholic Church has opened up its annual exorcism class in Rome to all major Christian faiths in a bid to stem the rising tide of demonic forces around the world for the first time in 14 years. The one-week course, which is taught in Italian at a cost of approximately $450, is being held May 6th through 11th. $450.
$450.
It's like another story said 350 euros. So
okay.
Strange. More than 241 people, both lay and religious, from more than 40 countries signed up for the course this year. So this is one of those stories where we have to be very careful about what is fact and what people are writing in a blog as just good storying. There's a segment of this that is very true. This class is finally being opened up to people outside of the Roman Catholic Church.
So just to be clear, this was something, these classes, how to get rid of demons and stuff, was there for a very long time, but it was only for Catholics. What the story is that the Vatican is now opening it to all main Christian, for teachers or whatever.
Well, and that's, I'm glad you brought that point up, because in a lot of the research that I did for this, it's specifically being opened up to Greek Orthodox, to Protestant, to Lutheran, and the major, Christian faiths outside of Catholicism. But what they don't want to do is open this up to anybody. So they don't want atheists or Satanists to attend these courses and get a feel for what goes on in exorcism and find a way to use that knowledge to their advantage, to our advantage, if you will.
How would atheists use it to their advantage?
I don't know.
Okay.
But the fact that the Satanic Temple became recognized as a nonprofit by the IRS, was it last month, actually was one of the turning reasons for a lot of people to be very excited about this.
What was?
What's that?
What did they find very exciting? Say that part again.
Yeah, the fact that the Satanic Temple just became legal in the eyes of the IRS.
Oh, so they saw that as scary. This is a reaction to that?
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people are excited about this and actually want to go and attend because they see that as a rise of the satanic power going on around the world. So this class is open to specific people. Keep in mind that this is taught in Italian. So the 241 to 250, depending on which story is most accurate, of all those people, they are from Italian, towns for the most part. And so, this is, and to me, this is scary. This is more than just funny, people wasting their money, people wasting a week of their lives, because what we're doing is exorcism has always been used as a tool, but it's also outrageously dangerous for people who suffer with mental disabilities and illnesses, because they've used exorcism as a way to exercise and torture people who are suffering with real psychological issues.
People that need mental, health professionals to look after, and they go and spend money and give it to a priest instead, right?
Yeah.
What I have a question is, why would these other Christians see the Catholic Church as an authority on this? Wouldn't they think, why would we listen to the Catholic Church? They are not true Christians. We have our own classes, and don't give your money to the Catholic Church. We have our own Orthodox, Greek Orthodox classes that we could keep the money in our own Christian community. Why would we take our Christian community's money and give it to the Vatican? Wouldn't they be no, don't give your, why would any non-Catholics go to them? I don't understand.
maybe, and this is all speculation, of course, but maybe a lot of people are excited to go to this so that they can start something like this in their own church.
Oh, maybe because the Catholic Church had like hundreds of years head start, so they just want to
Right. They
copy
kind
the
of have a
courses.
monopoly on the exorcisms, right?
What? Say it again.
They have a monopoly on it.
Right.
If you look at anything in our cultures, you look at the movie The Exorcist, you look at
Yes.
this, it's all based around Catholic
Catholics.
priests.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I think there should be maybe an atheist could go like act like they're Christian and then take the course and then go put the course online for free on YouTube and then just bankrupt his classes. I mean, like, you don't need to pay $450 anymore. Here's everything that I learned for free. And then nobody would spend the money on the Catholic Church. And because it's like everything is there. You could even have some like hidden cameras recording your classes to prove that you were actually there. And then
Right.
just tell everybody what you learned. Like, you could even keep faking that you're a Christian. Just tell people like, you think this is a knowledge. You're still a Christian, and you, as a good Christian, you think that the Catholic Church shouldn't be holding this knowledge. You shouldn't be charging other good Christians. This is a, demons are rising. And the Catholic Church is charging money for this important knowledge that everybody should have for free. So I'm giving it out for free, and this way you could bankrupt the church. At least these courses, at least not bankrupt, and they have shitload of money. But how do they know that the demon, like they say, the demon activity is rising? Do they have like a demon meter somewhere in Vatican that is going like how do they? What's their evidence for demon activity rising?
So they didn't specifically spell that out in the article, aside from a lot of people mentioning, the Satanic Church and what's happening with the IRS and the Satanic Church. So I think that has a lot of people actually really upset and really scared, which is sad and insane. But just because their own delusion, right? No, we have these delusional people going around doing exorcisms. But so yeah, that was one of the things. But the Catholic Church actually takes in a lot of requests every year for priests to come and do exorcisms. So it might be some internal, number that they have that they we're not privy to. But they do definitely claim that there's a rise in demonic usage.
Sam is saying turn your mic up. My mic is all the way up. I don't know what else to do. Jack is saying exorcism causes harm and even results in death. Convincing people that they or a loved one is possessed, I think what you mean, is extremely dangerous delusion. Jonathan is saying, I'm a former church pastor from Pentecostal branch. I was present for an exorcism. It disturbed me to the core, but not because it was real. The woman who this was being performed on had serious mental issues. I resigned a little while after. Extremely disturbing to witness something like that, and the Christians who were there to witness this were just loving it. Wow. One thing I know is that these people are actually very clever, because a lot of people think that one way to convince you that this is all legit is that they act like skeptics. Because in most of the cases, they come and say that we investigated and you were not possessed by a demon. This was just a mental issue case. And they're like, we need to be... So the problem with that is when they say that we investigated this and this was not a demon, you were not possessed by a demon, then people are like, oh wow, they're skeptical. So the ones that they think that are actually possessed by a demon must be even more legit, because they're not, they think, so by not labeling every single situation as demon possession, they're giving credibility to the ones that they do label as demon possession. It works very well when you're selective about the ones that you are. Let me see actually what the top comments are. Carlos is saying, does rampant pedophilia within the Catholic Church count as rising demonic forces? Bruce is saying, welcome back to the Middle fucking Ages. The Catholic Church will be burning people at stake again soon. No, probably not. Rax is saying, when I was a believer, I was scared of demons. When I became a believer, suddenly I was free and relieved. One thing I think that the Satanic Church should do is they should also send their own people in one of these places and then come and say, like, whoever wants to conjure demons, we took the Catholic Church classes, come take our classes, because we could tell you what to tell your demons to be able to resist the priest when they're trying to come and fight you. Because demons have, like, the Catholic, if churches, nobody teaches you this in Christianity. If demons are real, this is pretty specious to assume that all demons, has anybody thought, like, why, like, I don't know, I just think that if demons are real, nobody has even bothered thinking that maybe the Christian side of the story is not very accurate. Maybe everybody is just being extremely biased against demons.
Atheists are under attack in many places. If they were Christians, their voices would be heard. If they were Jews, their voices would be heard. If they were Muslims, their voices would be heard. But they are atheists, and not many seem to be listening. Let's make it difficult for them to ignore us. We have built a global community, and now we are tearing down geographic, cultural, and language barriers so we can find each other and support each other. In the last decade, we have built the largest atheist community in the world. Now we're doing the same in other languages. With your help, we have started Atheist Republic in Persian and Arabic.
انضميت مؤخراً لأسرة Atheist Republic وحيصير عندي بودكاست باللغة العربية.
As we grow, we can dedicate more time, staff, and resources to start doing the same in Spanish, Portuguese, Malay, Bengali, Urdu, Hindi, and other languages. We are providing community, support, informative content, and amplifying the voices of those who need protection, especially in countries where people feel isolated simply for their lack of belief. We want to be there for them, and we are only getting started. Help us get there. Check in the description for ways you can support our projects.